Hey everybody, I wanted to check in with you all today. I know I've been slipping and I keep saying it every time, but I really want y'all to hold me accountable for posting my videos weekly in my YouTube channel. But I was sitting in this parking lot just reading a book, and something came across my mind that I wanted to talk about and just share it with y'all. When someone shows you who they are, believe it. Even if you see red flags at times and sometimes you want to ignore it because you want to see the good in people, sometimes you really have to take heed of what you see instead of ignoring it, if that makes sense. I'm saying this because of my experience, and again, I'm speaking on my healing process. You never would think that people who are close to you would treat you in a way that you would never thought of being treated before a day in your life. And sometimes people do it out of spiteful ways. People do it to make you miserable because they're miserable, if that makes sense. They also do it because they just want to bring everybody else down around them, and that's really not cool to anybody else who is just, a happy person and has good spirits all day every day. It's just not fair to nobody to make everybody else miserable because of you being miserable. What's wrong with wanting to love and just give back and just be who you are without people pointing a finger and judging you and talking about you and just saying these bad things about you and speaking ill will towards you because you want to live for you? Nothing is wrong with that. I feel that nothing is wrong with wanting to live for you at all. I personally feel that when you have a heart of gold and you want to live for yourself, people hate that. People truly hate that. They don't like to see nobody else happy. They'll do anything to demolish you to make themselves happy. And that is very spiteful. That's very, very spiteful. Why? It's weird. People are weird. People are weird, but all we can do at this point for people like that is just to ask God to have mercy on them and just protect their heart and guard them and lead them in the right direction. Because miserable people like that is just, that's just something that you can't have around your spirit. It's like the devil knows your weakness in certain people like that who can find a trigger in you to make you miserable because of them being miserable. For example, and I've been working on it, so I want to share it with you all. I do have a trigger that gets to me, and that is one of my weaknesses. And I have been working on that for so long, but when I put myself in that situation around that person, it's like everything triggered again. But I allowed it to trigger me. And I'm just being transparent about it because I knew that I could have avoided it still, how I've been doing it a long time ago. But I allowed myself back into that situation because I was just trying to see the good in somebody. And nothing wrong with trying to see the good in somebody, but you still have to see them for who they are and protect your heart. because you never know what can happen. And it's just always, it's just protecting who you are. And there's nothing wrong with protecting your heart and your mind, because if you're a person that just really been through so much with a lot of people to where your trust is like totally messed up, then yeah, it's hard to even open up to anybody. That really messes with your mental, because like at the end of the day, you really can't even be open and honest with people without them pointing the finger at you, without them like not giving you the truth as a friend or as a spouse, or just all the way around in that nature, if that makes sense. Instead, they have people nowadays that just say, oh, I understand what you're going through, but don't really understand the full realm of it, and then they spread your business. Sometimes not everybody deserves to know the good things that happen to you in your life. Not everybody deserves to know everything about you. Unless you're pursuing something with somebody, that's different. But your peers don't really need to know everything what's going on in your life, because sometimes they do have people that is wishing bad against you so you don't have to succeed. And I'm a living witness to that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm in the state of Texas right now doing bad. Doing terribly bad financially. Don't really have a stable place to stay. You know, just playing catch up with a lot. But in the midst of it all, I'm grateful because I could have allowed those situations to take me out. I do have times where I cry myself to sleep a lot. And I'm just asking God. I know sometimes you can't question God, but in the midst of your storms, you do question God, and you be like, why me? Why am I going through this? Like, why do I have to face this situation? Why do I have to struggle? Why do I have to go some days without eating? Why do I have to go some days without having money in my pockets? And sometimes God won't even show you until the blessing come. It may take a while, which gets aggravated. It does. It really does. But God's timing is really the best timing to lean on. Because the Bible says, lean not to your own understanding. But it's best to lean on God's timing and understand why things happen the way they happen. And it's easier said than done. I'm not saying that it's you know, you can understand that so quickly, but you really can't understand as to why things happen the way they do. You ain't gonna realize it till maybe like 10 years later, or maybe it might hit you right then and there. I don't know. But things happen for a reason, and when people show you who they are, believe them. It's just really upsetting to see and to hear that people who are close to you only was being around you because of the success, the, you know, the limelight, I can't even say the word. Don't even worry about it. I ain't even gonna say that right. But I got tongue tied. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know exactly what I'm trying to say. But when all that was surrounded by you, people was around you. But when you're doing extremely bad, it's like people start dropping like flies. And the people who you thought that was going to really stick with you didn't really stick with you. The people that you thought that was really going to help you mentally, emotionally, wasn't there. They just dropping like flies. They just dropping. But when something happens to them, they need you. But you're the bad person for saying no, because you want to protect you. I don't think you're wrong for saying no. For anybody that's going through something like that, I don't think you're wrong for saying no to that person that you do not want to be around. Because even if you gave an inch, they'll take a mile. And I'm saying this because if you go around that person and you help them with one simple thing, then you leave, then they want to sit down and talk about what y'all been through before. And in your heart, you already forgave that person and you don't want to talk about it anymore. So it's like you had all the space and opportunity to talk, to speak, to understand where I'm coming from, and vice versa. But at the time, nobody wanted to listen. Yet be open. So that's why I said, when that person show you who they are, believe them. Even if you're fixing things in the long run and you're trying to move on, still believe it, because you never know when that person can switch up on you. Protect your mental in that situation, because sometimes it's like, should I even give that person a chance again? Should I even love that person again? Should I even consider something with that person? It's like shoulda, coulda, woulda. Listen, runs the head. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I just had to share that. But if there's anything, like any topics that you want me to speak up on, just let me know and leave comments in the comment section for me, and I'll speak on it. Even if it's relatable or not relatable to me, just send a topic to me that you want me to discuss. And if you want clarity about it. Thank you all for tuning in, and thanks to everyone who's been subscribing or even just watching it. Like, if you watch it and now you decide you wanted to subscribe. And I apologize for the tongue-tiedness. I'm just waiting for this meeting to start and for my job, and I'm just trying to mentally prepare myself for this today. I hope everyone has a good day today, and I speak peace, love, and prosperity over your lives. I speak success, happiness, joy, love, everything around the sun. Hope you all have a good day today and continue to subscribe.